How we doing, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Getting Jiggly with It. Today we're going to do another unboxing of our next Saturday You Pick 'em gameplay box board game thing. Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and get this opened up. This is the game you guys voted on for our next Saturday gameplay, which is tomorrow, and that is Santorini. So Santorini is a, if I had to describe it, it's like a tic-tac-toe game taken to the next level. You're basically trying to build little towers in Santorini, Greece, and that's the basic game. And then you start adding in the gods, and it gets quite fun. So me and Athena did play a couple games, so we have a good play session for you guys tomorrow. But with that said, so this is a game by Roxley and Spin Masters. Now, if you didn't know, Roxley is having a Kickstarter right now on a game called, I can't remember. It's a card game. It's like Apocalyptic Wasteland game. I'll put a link below, but I went ahead and backed it. It looks like a great game. It's a card game. We'll play that on the channel. Warning, there are small parts. So this is 2 to 4 players, ages 8 and up. There is the side of the box. It says, do not return to where you bought it from. And then on the back, you can see there is what the game is about, is that tic-tac-toe type game style. And then you do get some nice little minis. And right now, me and Audrey are addicted to minis. We just painted our first wave of Marvel United characters. So if you go out to the new Instagram, Getting Jiggly Gaming, you'll see those photos that we uploaded. So the first thing you get are the buildings. So you get 3 sizes of buildings. These are the larger buildings. I'll go ahead and take one out for you guys. They're just plastic little buildings, plastic molded. And I was going to actually paint these. I was thinking about like maybe putting a wash on them. But I saw a photo on Instagram, and it appears that like in Santorini, they're still like this. They're these same, and they're like pure white. So also, like you toss them in a bag, you toss them in a box. I don't think they would hold up very well. But this is the base. So that's the first level. So the objective is to actually get 3 levels built and get your character up to the 3rd level. So that's one condition for victory. So here is the second building. So there is numero dos there. There you go. I have to get the right angle because that light is kind of bright. So that is the 2nd floor. And then you had your 3rd floor here. So this 3rd is kind of like your little, what is that, Roman Colosseum looking thing, right? In Greece. Well, it's Greece, so not Roman. But there you go. That is the 3rd floor. Now, if you can get the 3rd floor built and you can walk your way up, kind of like in a staircase pattern, you'll be able to claim victory. However, your opponent can always put on one of the roofs. So here's the roof. It's just a little roof goes on top of the last piece. And that'll prevent you from being able to go up there. So that's kind of like where I said that tic-tac-toe kind of mentality for me comes in. Is you're basically just trying to place a piece here, place a piece there. Can you go up a level? Can you not go up a level? It's very, very interesting. So this is the next thing. You get this base. Now the base isn't required, but it does make it kind of interesting. Now there is an expansion, which we will eventually probably get after we get a couple more games under our belt. But you basically put the top on. There's one little button here that's I don't know what to call this. This one little extrusion that is a little bit taller or a little bit smaller than the others, but there you go. So snap, snap, snap. Snaps in pretty good. It actually holds, so it doesn't come off. But that is your play board that you'll be playing on during the game, building up in the grid pattern. The minis are, of course, the next thing. Now, it says this is a 4-player game, but it honestly plays best, they say, with 2. 3, you know, if you had to, but if you're going to play 4-player, what ends up happening is you basically, each player just controls one of the characters on a team. So you do have a boy and a girl for each. So there is the little girl worker, and then here is the little boy worker. Now, I don't think there's any difference. I think that, you know, the same mold, it would make sense and then to make different molds, but so there you go. So you get 3 colors. We're going to go ahead and we'll paint these up. So we'll make them all different colors, different hair, different clothing and stuff like that to make them a little bit different. So we'll go ahead and throw these guys up here on this board while they're out of my way. And then the last thing you get, besides, of course, the instructions, are the cards. So we'll go ahead and go through the cards a little bit. So this is where the game changes just slightly, of course. When we do the gameplay, I will go through an overview of the rules and everything like that. So if you want to see that, make sure you subscribe and come out tomorrow night when we actually do that gameplay. Let me go ahead and get this out the way so I get more room for the cards, because, you know, card opening channel, I should be familiar with this. So the way the gods change the gameplay is normally you're just going to move and you're going to try to build a building, try to get up to the 3rd level, and that's it. You can move one, build one, move one, build one. So there's 2 levels. So you can see here, there is the basic level gods, and then there are the advanced level gods. So in the basic level gods, for example, we do have, say, the Minotaur. So the Minotaur, if you're playing as the Minotaur is one of your gods. If you go up, then you can force your opponent down. So basically, if you move into a space, whether it's up, down, or otherwise, the reason I got the building here is because it doesn't matter what level they're on. Sometimes it does. Then you can actually push that person back 1 square. Right? So here's another one, Athena. Athena, if she moves up, then your opponent cannot move up. And Audrey had this on one of hers. So there was a lot of times I could not move up to another level, which kind of limits what you can do. So here we go. We'll go through the other gods. So you have Demeter, Apollo. I love the art. That's honestly what drew us to this game. Atlas. Me and Audrey, we love chibi, anime, cartoony type stuff. Things, I hate to say it, a lot of our games might be kiddie type games, but we did pick up a couple that are a little more advanced. I picked up My Little Scythe, which is supposed to be like a kid version of Scythe. And then I also picked up a game called Aftermath, which looks pretty good. So those will be for you to vote on next Monday to see what we play the following Saturday. Hephaestus, I think. But we mispronounced him a bunch of times. Hermes. Pan is actually, he has an alternate win condition. All he has to do is get up 2 levels and jump down. He wins. Like, this is such an interesting game when you have to go against him, because you got to find a way to keep him from getting up to that 2nd level at all cost. Prometheus here, Artemis, and now we're getting into the advanced gods. So the advanced gods are even more difficult in terms of like the rule negotiation. Like for example here, Ares has the ability to break down some elements. Charon, you can jump over your characters. Dionysus, Bia, I guess it's Bia, not Bai. Bia, she actually was really interesting. If you move into a vertical line to your opponent, you kill them. So one of her win conditions, in a sense, is take out all the other opponents and she can win. So it doesn't mention that as a win condition, but of course, if you take out your opponent, they have no workers, they kind of can't win. So I got her once. It was very interesting because your opponent has to strategically make sure they're not anywhere near you. You got Selene, Cronus, Persephone, Triton, Poseidon, Hestia, Medusa, Hera, Circe, Aphrodite. Aphrodite we didn't get to play. I think when we play on Saturday, before we were just randomly choosing the cards each time. You're supposed to actually each pick one and then go back. We think it'd be more fun with like a random element, so we just did it randomly. So we didn't get to play her, but she would actually be kind of fun too, because if you go into a square next to your opponent, wherever you go, your opponent has to follow. It's like they fall in love with her. Like, I would imagine that game would just get really weird after a while. We do have Hypnos, Limus, Zeus, Morpheus, Chaos, and Eros. So those are the god cards. So that is everything that comes in this game. It is a very easy game. The game play time was very short when we played it. I'd say on average maybe 10 minutes-ish or less. So you can get through a lot of games very quickly. But we really had fun playing it. We're going to have fun playing it tomorrow night. Make sure, again, like I said, guys, you hit that like, subscribe, bell notification to make sure you know when we go live playing these board games. If you want to see more content like this, make sure you leave a comment down below what type of games you would like to see us play. Until next time, guys. Peace.